My name is Olivia, and this lesbian story begins with distance, not emotional, but physical. This is an educational story about how to cope with stress in long-distance lesbian relationships and why distance tests communication more than love itself. When my partner and I moved to different cities, I believed love would be enough. We cared deeply, we trusted each other. And yet, tensions slowly appeared. This story is educational because long-distance relationships create a unique type of stress, not because partners love less, but because uncertainty increases. The hardest part wasn't missing her physically. It was missing shared reality, daily routines, unplanned moments, the quiet reassurance of presence. One important lesson I want to share is this: distance amplifies everything that already exists. If communication is unclear, distance makes it louder. If expectations are unspoken, distance turns them into assumptions. At first, we tried to communicate constantly: messages, calls, updates about everything. But constant connection created pressure instead of closeness. This story is educational because more communication does not always mean better communication. Quality matters more than frequency. I learned that stress often came from mismatched needs. I needed reassurance. She needed space to focus. Neither need was wrong, but without naming them, both of us felt misunderstood. Another key educational insight is this: long-distance relationships require intentional structure. Spontaneity disappears, so clarity must replace it. We began discussing expectations openly: how often we would talk, what silence meant, what reassurance looked like. Distance stopped feeling like rejection once meaning was added to it. If you are in a long-distance relationship and feeling anxious, ask yourself, do we share the same expectations? Do we talk about needs or just feelings? Love can survive distance, but only when communication is deliberate, not reactive. This is where my story begins. Not with longing, but with learning how to communicate without letting stress speak louder than care. As time passed, I realized that managing stress in a long-distance lesbian relationship is not about eliminating anxiety. It's about creating emotional predictability. This story is educational because emotional safety does not depend on proximity. It depends on consistency. One of the most important lessons we learned was this: trust grows when partners feel emotionally informed, not constantly monitored. We stopped checking in out of fear. We started connecting with intention. Instead of asking, "Why didn't you reply?" we asked, "What helps you feel close when we're apart?" That single question changed our dynamic. Another educational insight is this: conflict in long-distance relationships is often about misinterpretation, not intention. Tone is lost, context is missing, and imagination fills the gaps. We learn to pause before reacting, to clarify instead of assuming, to say, "I might be misreading this. Can you explain?" That reduced unnecessary emotional escalation. We also created shared anchors, weekly video calls with purpose, small rituals that belonged only to us, future plans that reminded us distance had a direction. Long-distance love becomes overwhelming when it feels endless. It becomes manageable when it feels intentional. This lesbian story is educational because it shows that independence and connection must coexist. Each partner needs a full life, not a suspended one. Waiting is not a strategy. Living is. If you're navigating a relationship across distance, remember, stress does not mean failure. Needing reassurance is not weakness. Boundaries protect closeness. Distance doesn't test love. It tests communication, patience, and emotional maturity. And when those are present, love doesn't shrink. It adapts. Sometimes, the strongest connections are built, not in the same place, but with the same understanding.